Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a man that really needs no introduction. This man has been a part of some of the best groups out there: LAX, Beatdown Clan, the Elite Guard. He is an 8-time tag team champion, 5 times in Impact, and 3 times, or actually 2 times in NWA and once in IWA. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as Hernandez, Mr. Shawn Hernandez. Shawn, how you doing this evening, brother?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Doing all right, man. HiJacker Mike here with Mongrovian Mike there. How you been, man? I know.
How are you, sir?
How you been? I know things have been hectic probably the last couple of years with COVID going on and everything, but how's Mr. Hernandez been navigating through everything with the pandemic?
Brother, I'm alive. That helps.
Hey, blessings and much to that, my man.
There's a lot of us that did not make it through the pandemic, so
yeah.
I mean, my family's healthy, everything's good. So I mean, as far as my small bubble, I'm doing great.
Well, that's good to hear, man. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. You've been in the industry since 1996, correct?
Yeah, I started training the end of '96, and I had my first match in '98.
98. Okay, so you're training for a good, pretty much full 2 years before you got in. How was that? How did you feel going in there? Because I know I want to get into it in a little bit. You were in arena football as well before that. And I wanted to ask you, how did it feel? Because I'm a former football player for 18 years trying to make it myself. So, just like you, I know the struggles of in and out. But transitioning from football to wrestling, how different and how hard were those tryouts and workouts for you?
Brother, it was like night and day. I mean, football, workout, sprint, playbook, go to practice. This, you have to, know the psychology. You got to know your bumps. You got to know how to call stuff without everyone seeing that you're calling stuff.
Yeah.
And your promos, your mic skills, your charismatic stuff you do in the ring. It's like night and day. It's like, I was in school all over again. I remember when I first started wrestling, all I wanted to do, because I found it so hard, was just to make my money back that I paid for the the classes.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, because I know as we look at it, wrestling, you got to work on your matches, as well as football, you got this big playbook. So in a way, they're kind of similar, but in a little bit different. What is your take on the playbook versus setting your matches up?
It's a good analogy, but I mean, it's also different because what happens, when you play a football game and you're at a home and it's your home field advantage, no one's going to all of a sudden start booing you.
Oh, yeah.
There's times where you see where the crowd wants a certain guy to be the baby face and the other guy to be the heel. And you have to be smart enough and experienced enough to be able to switch it to do that match that way, to where I come in as I was supposed to be the good guy, but the crowd is cheering me so much and he's drowning out whatever the other guy's doing that I have to be the baby face instead of the heel.
Yeah.
And that happened in, I think 2009. It was LAX versus 3D in Puerto Rico. And we were big time heels. And I don't know whose idea was for 3D to come out as babyface in Puerto Rico. But they wanted to come out as babyface in Puerto Rico. It didn't matter what we did. They cheered anything we did. So, I mean, we had to change it on the fly. When we were the babyface. It was a quick learning experience right there. I mean, it's sold out. There's about 2,500 people there. So
that was a good little show.
Wow. There's a lot of people that, this new generation of guys, people, talk good or bad about them, but that's one thing they don't understand how to do is, because they call everything in the back, brother.
Yeah.
The fans might not want to see that. The fans might want to be more, it's this guy than that guy.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to make the adjustment in your mind, or you're wrestling for 10, 20 minutes for no reason.
Definitely.
You put extra pound, poundage and punishment on your body for no reason because you think you know better than what these fans paid to see.
Yeah, definitely. Mongrovian, you have some questions?
Yes, I do. Definitely. It was very interesting. So now, when you said 3D had to come out as baby faces, we've seen Bully Ray, and we're big fans of his, and 3D. Bully Ray, when he was born, never even came out a baby face. So we all know that.
I think that's why, because at the time we got we were such big heels and the crowd was actually cheering him, and Bully Ray, I guess, was absorbing and taking it all in. So he wanted to be the baby face any chance he got. It was awesome.
But I noticed what you said, that is the difference between like playing football or being a fighter or a boxer. You have to go out there and not only do the job in the ring, do that. You have to make sure the butts in the seats are having a good time. You got to entertain them. And that's another thing that Bully is always talking about. That he made that point too, and you make the point. So it's something that's learned. The psychology, goes in the ring. It also has to work outside the ring too. And you're right. You got to play to the crowd. Hey, this crowd hates you, so you're the heel tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to make them happy.
Well, but I know that the new generation of wrestlers and wrestling fans get upset with the Bully Ray comments and the Jim Cornette comments, but I mean, it's a proven science, brother. These guys have been making money for years doing it a certain way. They're not recreating the wheel like they're trying to do in the new generation. If the new generation are way more athletic than we ever were, hands down.
Okay.
But I mean, if you watch a match from, say, this past week to any match from 10 years ago, and tell me how many of those guys would be on TNA or WWE, I would tell you were lying.
Man, yeah.
Wow.
This is a good time for wrestlers. I noticed. I just want to change it a little bit here. Researching, I noticed you were in a movie called Pickaxe, a horror movie.
Yes.
And at first I said, "Oh, this is a big wrestler guy, man. This is Hernandez." I said, He's got to be the freaking Pickaxe guy in this movie.
No.
I didn't know. And I'm watching, I'm waiting, I'm going, where is it? And all of a sudden I see you sitting there and going, now I don't want to break any rules here, but you're a hell of a nice guy, man. You played such a scumbag in that movie. For the few minutes that you were in it, for the little time that you were in it, you got the heat. You got the heat.
Well, Jeremy Summerall is the director of that, and he's awesome. We're as soon as the COVID stuff goes down, we're shooting another horror movie.
Now,
coming up.
Nice.
You also had Sal Governale in there from the Howard Stern show. How crazy was that? How crazy is he?
Brother, it was all shot at night. And we're there until like dusk till nighttime. So you can only imagine how bad it got. This is before. This is about 2014 or 15 before, more cell phones and videos and stuff you're not supposed to be doing comes out. So.
Gotcha.
Well, any other plans of any more plans? You said you're going to plan to make some more movies with this. You want to do horror? You got to be the guy in the movie though, man. You got to.
No, brother. I know what I want to do. I don't want to learn. I don't want to be The Rock or John Cena like this. I want to be Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? He does 3 or 4 movies a year. Has some cool lines. Has a badass kill scene, and he calls it a day. And guess what? His pockets are fat. He's good. His family's good.
Life is good for him, man.
He's placing that brand out. He's making his money.
Life
He's
is
a
good
total
for
badass,
man.
man. He is a total badass.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to get on a couple other things here with you, Shawn. I want to talk a quick question about arena football. You, like me, love football and played football, I'm sure, high school and whatnot and up.
Yep.
Tell me one thing you loved, like myself, in arena football was smashing someone into the wall.
Brother, I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yes.
Until this guy took a knee to the back of his head and got killed.
Ooh, when did that happen? During the time you were playing?
This is way after I played, maybe about 15 years ago.
Wow. Okay, I didn't hear about that. I'm gonna have to read up on that.
No, bro, he was offensive lineman. He was blocking down, and I don't know how it happened, but some guy's knee went boom, done.
Man, right there on the spot, I take it, huh?
But I mean, prior to that,
yeah,
arena football was awesome. I mean, I played, believe it or not, I played offense, defensive line, but you were licking your chops when someone tried to run out of bounds. Because out of bounds like this big.
yeah, you had that padding there, and you wanted to put him into that padding, man.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to go home. I guess you want to go home walking today if you try to go out of bounds.
Well, with that small field, sometimes I think it's rougher than the NFL and CFL and, college football and whatnot. Now, you have more ground to cover in professional football, but in arena football, you're crammed up in the size of almost like a hockey rink.
It is, but I mean, and also you got to realize you're playing both ways, and there's only 7 on 7.
Yes.
The only one that gets to come out is the quarterback, for the defensive specialist. So.
Yeah, and you're gassed by third quarter trying to fight.
That's why that's why you see most of the linemen are 260, 270 or less, because man, who's going full speed on both sides of the ball like that?
Yes. All right, let me change it up here. I see that you're a fan. You're a beer enthusiast. I see that you post about quite a few beers, man. So tell me about your taste for beer, man. I'm a big stout person, and I know Mongrovian, you like a certain type of beer, don't you?
I like the one that has alcohol in it.
So tell me about your taste for beer. I know you like Mickey's and you like Bud Light. So tell me about your no. Okay, then which one was it? Because you were in Vegas not too long ago, and you had a can. What is that? Miller Lite? No, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, my wife makes fun of me all the time because I'm an old man now, and we went to the store the other day. I got a 30-pack of Natty Light.
Okay.
That's our boy Tony Justice drinks that. Shout out to Tony.
Tony.
Now, when you're a younger man, you can drink those full beers and your stomach don't come out too much. But now when you get a little bit older, you better sip that light beer and hit that cardio, or those pants ain't fitting.
It's coming back to you, huh?
My wife, she loves the IPAs and all that. I mean, even she drinks the Stone Cold, beer. She loves that. She's the 100-pound lady who's just. It's definitely a harder drink than I ever was. So.
Okay. Now I know you're a fan of Cobra Kai. Am I correct?
Oh yes.
The show Cobra Kai. Now I'm sure you're a fan of the original Karate Kid movies as well.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you like season 4 that was just released so far? Did you find the action packed? Did it keep you cliffhanging? Did it answer your questions from season 3?
Bro, the Cobra Kai sensei is the man. He'll always be the man.
John Kreese.
Kreese is always going to be that. I mean, you saw within that flashback scene, and he could have saved his superior and still kicked him in that pit with the snakes.
Oh, yeah.
That was dope, man.
That was good
if you go
stuff.
against my man Kreese, I'll have them for you. Johnny included. I like Johnny. Johnny's a cool dude, but man, Kreese is the man. I mean, he makes that character was built for that actor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't imagine any other actor playing that.
All right. Now I want to get to, because I think you have a movie you like, Blood In, Blood Out, Bound by Honor, brother. Big Al and Popeye.
Brother, I got a Big Al air freshener in my car right now.
Yes.
And then when the scent goes away, I got the Popeye one waiting. If you have problems, communicate with me, man. All you got to throw a Blood In, Blood Out reference, and I'll get back to you just like that. Yeah, I mean,
Good
there's
stuff,
not a lot
man.
of Latino movies out there that gets in the grind of how things can happen.
Yes.
You know, Dad, American Me, man. If you have not seen those movies and you want to be any part of the Hispanic culture, you got to check those
Yeah.
out.
Even Stand and Deliver.
Almost deaf.
Yeah, definitely. Now I want to take you back to 2009. I know this had to be a proud moment for you. Your daughter Liz winning the weightlifting silver and gold in 2009 and I believe 2010 at her high school. How proud were you in that moment? And did you have any help in her training for that since you've been a pro wrestler and you're always in the gym working out
Yeah.
yourself?
Well, many moons ago, because I'm an old man now, I was third in the nation in drug-free powerlifting.
Nice.
You know, I had an official 808 squat, a 765 dead, and a 545 bench. And my daughter was a very good athlete. She was into volleyball, basketball, softball, all those. But she was way different than how me and you are. She was tired of depending on teammates to win.
Yes.
So she did individual sports, and she took up powerlifting, and she like a duck to water. I mean, her first year she tried it was her junior year, and she missed getting number one by 20 pounds. And because there was a deadlift, there's three judges, judge. You need to get at least two white lights instead of red lights, because red lights means you wasn't a good lift. One judge gave her a questionable one, and other two judges, you know how it was when you're the dad, and
Yeah.
you know, I think it was a clean lift, but you know, obviously the judge didn't. But you know, she missed it by 20 pounds. Her senior year, she just destroyed everybody, man. They didn't have a chance.
Wow.
And luck would have it, one of my friends I played college football with was the head athletic director for the local high school there.
Okay.
And he gave her some tips and stuff like that, and she just smashed everybody, man.
Wow. I bet that made you proud in that moment that she came in and she won gold in two different events for weightlifting.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing better than yourself, you know, making a big accomplishment is having your children, you know.
Definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
mine was a different time. You know, I got a scholarship for football, and I'm an old man. I was the first Hispanic ever to play for Kilgore Junior College up in East Texas.
Okay.
Ever.
Nice.
You know, those guys, you know, the only Hispanics up there were the farm workers.
Gotcha.
So, you know, especially the late age, early 90s, you can imagine how many fights I got into.
Oh, I
If
bet,
I'm the only
man.
Hispanic dude.
Yeah, you had to hold your own up there, I take it.
Oh no, man! I think I got in about 9 fights during 2 days.
Man.
Because I mean, you know, it's a different time. You know, everyone's this. You know, America's so beautiful now, where all the races can hang out and nobody cares.
Yeah.
This wasn't the, you know, anybody over 40 knows that, man. It wasn't that way in the 90s at all, early 90s.
Yeah, definitely. Mongrovian, you have any more questions yourself?
Yeah, I just want to say, I think you have a birthday coming up in about a week or so. Am I right?
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be a very young 49. I would just want to say a happy early birthday to you. From
Much appreciated, man.
Yeah, definitely. You come from a service family.
Yes.
Your dad was a Green Beret.
Yes.
And a POW.
Yes.
Well, thank you, your father, your family, because it's not just the person in the military. The whole family sacrifices along.
Oh,
and
I didn't see my dad on a regular basis until I was about 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how much traveling he was doing.
But he owns a winery now, doesn't he?
Oh, Texas Vineyard and Smokehouse in East Texas, Palestine.
Yeah, give him a shout out. In Palestine?
Palestine, Texas, not Palestine. That's a
No.
country.
Yeah, one of our brothers is out
our brother, our another one of the co-hosts on this show, Tony Justice, lives in Palestine. He's a truck driver. He's the greatest truck driver of all time.
Really?
So he's all
Yes.
over the place. But he is, that's where he's from, Palestine. That's where he lives. So he's got to pick up a couple of bottles of your father's wine for our resident wine drinkers here.
My dad has the best sangria in all of East Texas. So he'll be doing himself a disservice if he doesn't get none, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, definitely. We got some wine drinkers in the group here, and we'll definitely have to have a couple bottles picked up.
Let me tell you, we got Deb House and another host. We got Ashley. We got Christina. I mean, they'll keep your father in business.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
God bless him, too. POW to a nice sitting down, drinking wine. Beautiful.
I mean, he went from a Green Beret for 30 years to teaching self-defense at the Houston Police Department to making wine. I don't know how that worked out, but it worked out.
That's a great combination.
Well, that's awesome.
All right. Well, I want to ask you, while you're in the ring, you're a powerhouse. So what do you like facing? How do you rate what you face from a high flyer, kind of like, who would you say? Kind of maybe we'll say like a high flyer technical guy like Rey Mysterio versus another powerhouse who you face like in Cage. What do you like to face when you're in the ring, and what is more difficult for you in the ring when you fight a certain type of character, skill technique wise?
Well, I think the lucha style, because they have so many, they have so much acrobatics, and plus those guys are very, very well versed in chain wrestling and key locks and stuff like that. That's, for me, it's more difficult to wrestle, say 200 pounds than wrestle someone who's 400 pounds.
Yeah.
400 pounds, I mean, you just go to slug with him until he gives up. Until obviously the cardio is not there, and I mean, let's be realistic. If I could put my hands around your waist and like this and lock, good night.
It's a wrap.
Just tuck your chin and hope for the best, man.
So you feel your best stuff that you put forth in the ring is with another big man. Then you're just.
It all depends what it's not what I like. It's not what you like. It's what those fans want to see.
Yeah. I think what we were trying to get to is what style brings out the best in you. Like not necessarily you wrestling lucha style, but like having a smaller version. The Davey versus Goliath kind of match, or the two big guys just like pounding the friggin' hell out of each other, like two sides of beef.
I like both. I mean, to be honest, my favorite is tag wrestling. Obviously, with Homicide and different guys like that, Chavo Guerrero. Just be able to the psychology, and you come in as heels, and the crowd wants to cheer you, or worse, the crowd wants to cheer you coming in, and then man, screw those dirty guys. I hate those guys. Just to be able to to screw with people in the fans' minds for that 10 to 15 minutes is awesome.
So now can you tell us two different things that you got from like learning wise, maybe whatever skills wise or anything from Chavo and from Homicide,
that's simple. Anything that you saw me do in the ring from 2006 to 2009, good or bad, blame Homicide.
Yeah.
Because I was let me tell you how I got hired at LAX. LAX was Conan's group with Apollo from Puerto Rico with Homicide. Apollo was having some personal issues, so they let him go. So, how I got hired? Oh, we need another big guy, a big Latin guy. That was the only requirement. So I'm wrestling in Japan, wrestling in Mexico, wrestling in Puerto Rico. I don't even know what style I have, but I just know I don't have TV style. And Homicide sat me down and playbooked matches for me of what to do, when to do it, and why to do it every match. Whether it was a house show, whether it was a TV show, whether it was pay-per-view, because he has that much, knowledge from the Ring of Honor, and this is his life. That's what he wants to do, is be a ring general. He wants to be an agent producer. Is what he's doing that in NWA and in MLW right now. But I mean, I cannot say nothing negative or even even more, give him more props than this guy. Anything you saw from 06 to 09 in a tag match, it's 1,000% him. He's the one who made this go off like that.
Yes, and also you mentioned NWA, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that you also held quite a few belts in the NWA too.
Yeah, we did. We was the first Latino tag champs ever.
Definitely.
It's a little bit different now. I like to wrestle, but I mean, I like to wrestle, but I don't want to take a pay cut to be on TV. So
definitely.
And wrestling right now, if you guys, if you watch wrestling at all, and you're so saturated from Monday through Sunday, you can watch a TV show with someone who has wrestling on it.
Oh, believe me, we know.
Oh yeah, we know.
And that could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. It's a great thing for the fans, but you got to realize, for every time there's a new promotion pops up that has a TV show, that's less money going to someone else.
Yeah.
Yes.
So unless you're in WWE right now, I don't care XYZ, ABC, who you think it is. If you're not in WWE right now, you're not making money.
I have a question. I have another question for you. One quick one. Did you and during your time in Lucha Underground, did you cross paths with this woman, Thunder Rosa?
Yes, she was. I did season 4, and she was on season 4. Yes, I was on season 1 and 4.
Pretty awesome, because we're all big fans of us around here too. So
yeah,
we're just.
You got anything else, Mongrovian?
No, I'm done. I'm enthralled.
Okay, I want to ask you there, Hernandez. When you got to travel across tons of different promotions, Japan, you said Puerto Rico, you even had a stint in WWF, NWA, Impact, Lucha Underground, which was at the time you were there was very popular and exciting. Which one of these promotions was your favorite, and why? Was there, how they treated you, how they portrayed your character? What was one of your favorite promotions or favorite promotions to work for?
Well, I'm glad you said Lucha Underground, because Lucha Underground for the first 2 seasons was the best show hands down on television.
Yes, they were beating WWE perfectly, man. They were hot.
From the wrestling to the vignettes to the interviews to the promos,
the cinematics.
I mean, it was like an action B movie you were watching. So the show was like an hour, and it went by like that, and you were like, man, what's the next one? What's the next one? Yeah. The creative team, the head of the creative team was Chris Joseph. Beautiful guy, man. He had an outline for what he wanted you to do, and if you didn't like the outline, you could work with it to make it fit your character. And that's why Lucha Underground grew so big that first year, is because you got some of these guys. Everyone knew me from LAX and tag wrestling. Man, I got to become the grimiest heel ever on Lucha Underground. It was awesome. Definitely. A lot of these guys were stuck in certain roles and wanted to try something different. And man, if Chris would give you a chance, and if the crowd responded, bro, he ran with it. Like we did that the Backlash Believers match with Drago, with the straps, and me and him, like, oh my god, that was my idea.
Oh, nice.
And it was rough.
Oh, I bet, man. I bet. We have a question from YouTube if you'd like to take a question.
Sure.
R.A. Davis says, have you been watching Homicide in the NWA Junior Heavyweight Tournament on NWA USA by any chance?
if I'm on the show, I usually don't watch it. I have kids.
No, I hear you.
I'm not being mean.
You.
I mean, Muhammad's like my brother. You know, he's easily one of the most underrated cruiserweights around because yes, maybe he don't do a lot of extra flips you want to see, but no one he can wrestle a 300-pound guy or a 200-pound guy or even a 100-pound guy, and he don't look out of place.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you watch him wrestle bigger dudes. We all have. You know, he doesn't look like he should be getting killed. He looks like he holds his own. I mean, he's the Puerto Rican version of Terry Funk, and he's always going to be that way. You know, God bless him. I hope, you know, if no one deserves a title more than him. I don't know. He does.
Yeah. Hey, Mongrovian, do you have anything else before we wrap up here with Shawn in a few minutes?
Yeah, well, we got you coming up on Lucha Patron. You're going to be facing Dreamy Drew. Where you wanna plug that coming up and let us know where we can see it or where they can get tickets.
You got me on the spot, but Lucha Patron is one of my favorite promotions to wrestle. You know, in Northern California and Santa Rosa. I like wrestling with those guys. I mean, that crowd was always hot, and man, it's good that it's different because it's a different style of Hispanics because we have Hispanics here and obviously in San Antonio, but to see the love from other parts of the country is beautiful. I mean, you're up there in wine country, up there in San Francisco area. It's awesome. I mean, those guys are great. They use all these up and coming hungry West Coast guys, but I tell all these great up and comers, yes, you might be the future a year or 2 years from now, but you got to realize you got to get past the present right now.
Got to get past the now.
They know someday I'll be the champion. Yeah, it's right now.
you know, Hernandez, I'm only 45 minutes from Santa Rosa, where you're going to be. Unfortunately, I'll be out on vacation when you come through to fight Dreamy Drew in April, but I will definitely be there for the next show you're in, and I'll introduce myself to you personally when you do come back. But yeah, Lucha Padron is only 45 minutes from me, where I'm at in the Bay Area, California.
They run about 4 shows a year.
Definitely, okay.
And next time you come there, hit me up at my end. Yeah, you come out, you be my personal ring announcer, bro.
Sweet. I got you on that, brother. I'll come out and we'll do it up, but man, we'll do it up personally.
Most definitely.
All right, Shawn. Well, I want to thank you for joining us today. Do you have anything to plug? Any upcoming events, projects, social media where people can follow you and find you at?
On Twitter, I got Supermax CTM. That's CTM. I'm going to England February 19th to Cheltenham Hall. I'm wrestling next weekend in Laredo, Texas, with a lot of AAA guys. You know, the old guy Mark Jindrak, Marco Corleone will be on the show.
Okay.
And nice. I'm just having a good time. You know, get my lucha stuff in, get my England stuff in. You know,
you're living the dream, my man. You're living the dream.
Hopefully, when the COVID stuff goes down a little bit, I have a special project that I'm working on. I'm trying to get back to Japan to wrestle because I have a student who just turned 20. I've been training for about a year and a half. He's 6'9" and 450 pounds.
Woo! That's a big boy.
The biggest Mexican guy I've ever seen in my life.
Nice. Can't wait to see him come out. And,
he has the best feet I've ever seen. I'm a big man. I mean, this guy can do a cartwheel. He's very flexible. And he's probably had about 30 matches now. And he's such a beautiful kid because he has no social media, which is unheard of for a 20-year-old.
Definitely.
So, I mean, what I want to do is I want to send him to Japan for about 6 months, get him nice and polished up, and he comes back to the States worth 6 figures. So everybody's good.
Cool. All right. Well, Mr. Hernandez, I want to thank you for joining us today on the Nation's Corner. I am looking forward to meeting you in the future at Lucha Patron, and thank you very much once again for joining us on the Nation's Corner.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir.
All right, brother. Thank you.